Okay, Joe. Now, I understand there's a new grant opportunity that we can apply for, and that's around new self-advocacy issues. And you know how we're always hearing about sexuality and disability in our steering committee?
Yeah.
What do you reckon we look at exploring that a bit further?
I think it's a good idea because there are a lot of barriers and challenges around sexuality and disability. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's something our young people definitely wanted to work on for a long time.
So, what kind of barriers do you think we should explore in the group?
I think one of the big ones is privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the disability community don't have a lot of privacy a lot of times.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's important, especially when sex is involved.
The Act talks about people's right to privacy, but I guess it's not always thought of in terms of people being able to express their sexuality privately.
Yeah.
It's more around, personal care, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, but I think it does relate to, all aspects of privacy. So what kind of issues do you sort of see as relevant to sexuality and privacy?
If we're living with our families, we can't go and meet our girlfriends or boyfriends somewhere. So I think that privacy in our homes with our family is important.
And you have a right to have a private life and to do things that you want to do without other people having to know about them. And I think when it comes to sexuality, obviously there's a need for people to be able to privately do what they want to do. I mean, obviously if people need workers in their life, some of them might not have the same values as you or I, and they might judge you if you have a sexual partner, or they might judge you based on your lifestyle.
We get judged enough as it is in our daily lives. Breaking that down would be good.
I think so.
Another way that young people often bring up judgment is around stereotypes of sexuality in young people with disabilities. So I think it would be really good to work on community attitudes towards people with disability and sexuality too.
Yeah, and also the right to information about sexuality. I mean, we all have a right to know what's safe, what's not safe.
Yeah.
And also, if someone has a intellectual disability or a learning disability, they might need information in another way that helps them understand it.
Sure. I went to a special school and I got barely any sex education at all. So what do you reckon would be some of the stereotypes we want to break?
I think one of the major ones is that people with disabilities aren't interested in sex. But then there's the other end where they think that we're all sex maniacs. So, but the reality is, people with disabilities like everyone else have a range of, sexual interests, and some might be gay and lesbian, transgender, bisexual, and that we're all, there's a lot of diversity.
I think I'd like to break down that belief that if you get into a relationship with a person with a disability, you need to become their carer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that thing that also if you're in a relationship with someone with a disability, that you must be an angel or sent from heaven.
Yeah, or the other end of the scale that that's all you can pick up is someone in a wheelchair.
That you're desperate.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
And what about the stereotype that people with disabilities should only be in relationships with other people with disabilities?
It's like...
But we don't have to.
Yeah,
we don't have to limit ourselves
Yeah.
to only other people with disabilities.
Yeah, it's about, you might be into sort of, older people or younger people.
Yeah.
The sexuality of young people with disabilities is just as diverse as anyone else's. I think that's
Yeah,
one
of
of
course.
the main messages.
Yeah, but yeah.
What about the stereotype that that if you have a disability that you would have to have sex workers to have sex with
Yeah,
you?
it's like, well, you're not good enough for a relationship, but hey, go down the street, see a sex worker, and there's your answer.
And I think the Disability Act talks a bit about choice,
Yeah.
and it talks about the right to make your own decisions. And if you make a decision to access sexual services, then you should be supported to do that.
Yeah.
But the reality is, people that live in CIUs in particular have a lot more barriers when it comes to having sexual relationships.
Yeah,
Imagine having to get the house to give you permission to have someone in your bed. That might be a bit complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, there are lots of different ways that people, apart from obviously relationships and sex workers and all sorts of things. There's all sorts of ways that people might want to enjoy their sexuality. Whether it be through porn or sex toys or all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And what if you need assistance to use these things?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
So I think it's about educating people's, people who are going to assist people with disabilities and carers about people's rights to be able to have sex and then being supportive of that.
Yeah, and not be judgmental, And also respecting people's privacy, so not telling other people.
My parents are like, no porn in the house. But like, I'm 23 years old, and I can't go anywhere else to look at porn. What am I missing?
Exactly.
People understanding people have different values to each other, and we all need to respect everyone else's values.
Exactly.
I'm not going to watch porn in the lounge room in front of them.
Okay.
But I don't expect them to come into my room and tell me not to do what I'm doing in my room.
Exactly.
That should be my space. And
Well, I still need to think about, in terms of this grant, what other objectives might we have? We're trying to do a lot.
Yeah.
It would be good if the group could, maybe not straight away, but look at doing some research into a particular area of disability and sexuality. I guess we can see what people want to do once, if we're successful in getting funding once it starts up.
Yeah, and what are some good ways of supporting people in this area? Because I think that we just don't really take this area seriously enough in the disability sector. Try and hide it and sweep it under the carpet. But there is potential, to look at some ways of people's lived experiences and what are the issues, what are the barriers, and what are some enablers to help people to have enjoyable, positive lives. I mean, in the end, that's what we're on about.
I have a few. I got one, and then
Got addicted.
I don't know what they do, but they make me go back and go back and go back. So I got 5 now.